Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a very important update. Since the SEC charged Richard Heart at the start of this week, we've seen an explosion in price from the bottoms that we saw. But the question is, will Pulsechain, will Hex, will Pulsex survive? All will be revealed in this video. Now, this is quite literally the highest of stakes. Now, before I start the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much, much more. Again, pause the video, join the Telegram group. Let's get straight into it. Now, so far for the day, Pulsechain is up 22.5%, Pulsex is up 21%, Incentive token up 20%, and Hex token up 21.6%. Now, let me just show you the price action so far. So Hex, I guess, is the better looking chart out of all of them. You know, since the sell-off that we saw price bottom out, and we can already see price has now entered back into the range, right? So the lows that we saw on June the 15th for Hex, you can see that Hex price currently is back within that range. And of course, this is incredible price action for anybody that is obviously holding this project, right? And it just looks good from a technical perspective. So for example, if we didn't know that the SEC charged Richard Heart and we just looked at this chart, we would just see this as a flash crash and then a recovery. And since the lows that we saw, price is currently up, wait for it, from these lows, 110% so far. And if we look at Pulsechain, right? So Pulsechain, similar. The price action on this is just a tiny bit different. So we haven't yet, entered the range that we were in from the start of the week, right? Where we saw the initial sell-off point, but we did reject the lows that we saw on June the 15th. And then, of course, we are now at this area here. But what we want to see is this. And let me just circle this so you could see what's happening in more depth. What we want to see is we want to see price head back inside the range. Me personally, as I said at the start of the week, I would do a review at the end of the week. But now I'm saying we need to see price head back above the range. That is the most important thing that we want to see. And the main reason why is because, as it stands, do I think Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex will survive based on what I've seen so far? Well, the good news is, to answer that question honestly, it does look like that is the case. I mean, the community has just shown how resilient they actually are. Any other project we would have seen at zero and it would have stayed there. Now, of course, there's still a few, there's still a long period of time for that to potentially happen. Again, I don't want to put that out there, but there's still a lot to review. There's still a lot to look at. But so far, the community has remained extremely, resilient. And obviously, new people have also entered the market to take advantage of these lows. And as I said at the start of the week, I personally would be staying away from that DCA opportunity just for the fact that this is more serious than people actually think. And that I'm going to talk about in more depth as well. But what I am going to do, for all of you wondering, is I'm going to do an in-depth technical analysis breakdown in Crypto Crew Premium right after this. This is going to be an exclusive, and I'm going to tell you what I'm expecting to happen this weekend based on my own research, my own personal opinion. I'm going to walk everyone through what I'm expecting to happen this weekend for Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex. And for those of you that are about to join Crypto Crew Premium, you're doing the best thing possible, because you're going to be blown away by the analysis that I give out. And again, you can join Crypto Crew Premium by clicking the link below, is in my description. You also get access to our other cryptocurrency projects. You know, a project that we entered yesterday is already up over 10% so far for the day. So a lot of value in our Crypto Crew Premium community, as well as getting our Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex strategy over the next few weeks / months, and that includes entries, exits, and much more. So I'll see you all in Crypto Crew Premium for that exclusive. But just to continue with the video, as it stands, I am expecting Pulsechain Pulsex to survive, but I do think the narrative has changed. I do think you do have to be more cautious, more tactful, and more skillful in your approach when mapping out, you know, your next targets, you know, your next entries, your exits, and much more. So the landscape has changed. The fundamentals have now changed. I don't want anybody to overlook that SEC lawsuit that you know, unfortunately Richard Heart is now facing, because that has now transformed the trajectory of all of these projects, right? And if you don't know what you're doing, you are unfortunately likely to get wrecked, which is why you must do your own research. Which is why you must understand that nothing that you see on YouTube is financial advice, and more. But it's going to be a very exciting few weeks / months ahead if you are prepared. Again, if you do want to be prepared, you do want to edge in the market, join Crypto Crew Premium now, link in the description. And as I said before, this is the highest of stakes. Speaking of the highest of stakes, Richard Heart's documentary / movie is being released today. The irony. Anyway, that's it for now. Until the next update, seize the day.